Hello everyone and welcome back to How to Travel. Anything in excess has never been good. Overtourism is the perceived congestion in an area because excess tourists, such that resources and amenities are overstretched, leading to conflicts with the locals. Some tourist destinations are now fighting back against overtourism, and they include the following. Dubrovnik, Croatia. Mato Frankovic, the mayor of Dubrovnik, Croatia, started a campaign to shut down 80% of the shops and souvenir stalls in the city, as well as restricting cruise ships that dock to only 2 in a day. The attempt to deal with overtourism was instigated by the difficulties the city faced from a huge foot traffic from tourists who flocked to the city in 2018. Amsterdam, Netherlands. Amsterdam has been a top tourist destination for ages thanks to its wide array of options available to visitors, especially the famous red light districts. The Dutch government stopped promoting Amsterdam and instead focused on other locations around the country to ease tourist crowds in the capital. Tours of the famous red light district will be banned, with people not allowed to move in groups of more than 15 people. The red light district has recently come under scrutiny thanks to the rise of camera phones and social media, which paint the city in a bad light. Venice, Italy. On Easter Sunday in 2019, Venice saw a staggering 125,000 visitors flock into its already crowded city, something that the management of the city had never seen before. Heavy traffic on foot, boat, and cruise have started to pollute the delicate lagoon around Venice. At the same time, locals are being pushed out by increasing poverty. The situation prompted the deployment of turnstiles at the 2 bridges that serve as entrances and exits to Venice. The barrier would then be shut down once crowds pass the limit. The radical move elicited outcries from people who were planning to visit Venice. But better ways of dealing with crowds are being formulated. Santorini, Greece. With 2 million visitors every year, Santorini is a dream destination for many. Unfortunately, the small island is only 30 square miles, and it's increasingly finding it hard to support this huge traffic. Visitors have been reduced from 12,000 a day to 8,000 a day to limit the congestion experienced when cruise ships dock at the Cycladic island. The measures are to allow the local inhabitants who only allow 15,000 to have some time to themselves, and to preserve the natural environment that has come under stress because of the high number of visitors. Palma de Mallorca, Spain. Famous for its pristine beaches, Mallorca has had to pay a heavy price for that. Popularity that came in the form of 10 million visitors every year. To counter this unregulated influx of visitors, the mayor banned short-term rentals of private residences by visitors that had become big businesses for Airbnb owners who were locking out locals and longtime seasonal workers from getting affordable accommodations. Isle of Skye, Scotland. A single feature on the popular TV show was all it took to turn this one remote destination into a nightmare for the residents. Tourist numbers ballooned overnight and outstripped the accommodation available, forcing some to sleep in cars that ended up blocking the narrow Scottish roads. A restriction on number of visitors allowed of being implemented, and at the same time a more convenient mode of transportation using big buses is about to be launched. Bhutan, South Asia. Bhutan realized early enough the importance of preserving its natural beauty by regulating the number of people that visit the country. Having opened its borders to tourists in 1974, tourists have strict regulations to adhere before they are allowed in. First instance, they must spend a minimum of $250 a day on accommodation, and must do so through a registered travel agent. No independent travel is allowed. Electrical devices and gadgets have to be registered upon entry, and the most popular places require a permit for entry. Machu Picchu, Peru. With its rich history, Machu Picchu is no surprise that it receives over 1.4 million visitors annually. However, these numbers are not suitable for the delicate sites of Machu Picchu. To minimize the damage, there is a timed entry system that evenly distributes visitors so that they do not congregate in one place at a time. Visitors are not allowed to move about without a registered guide. Maya Bay, Thailand. The turquoise blue waters of Maya Bay and its precious coral reefs came under threat when the bay started receiving 5,000 visitors daily. Authorities had to impose a 3-month ban on tourists, which was later changed to an indefinite ban, permanently closing it from human beings to save the little paradise. Galapagos Islands, Ecuador. The famous islands were a dream destination for environmental enthusiasts who genuinely wanted to save the environment. However, this changed in later years when people started visiting only for the warm weather and the beaches. Restrictions have now been imposed to reduce traffic, especially on land, to preserve the islands. That brings us to the end of today's video. Did we miss something? If so, let us know in the comments below. Anyways, be sure to leave a like to the video if you enjoyed it, and we will see you guys in the next one.